What's the housing market going to look like in 2020? Is there a bubble? Will it burst? As a realtor, I get this question a lot, and the truth is, no one really knows. So let's talk about what we do know and what that means for the market in 2020. That video is coming right up. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time visiting, my name is Andy Elliott. I work with DeSelms Real Estate here in Williamson County, Tennessee, and we also serve the Nashville area. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified of new videos as they come along. If you'd like to look at Nashville listings or find out the value of your home, check out those links in the description box below. Now let's talk about the 2020 market. When I did keyword research on the terms housing bubble and housing crash, what I found is 35,000 people a month were searching on that topic. What is everybody looking for? Well, I believe I can tell you. They're looking for some predictions and maybe some certainty. Is 2020 going to be a good time to buy or sell a home? On any given day, if you read the news about housing, you're going to notice one thing: opposing views. Here's some actual headlines. 3 things you need to know about the upcoming bubble. Are we currently in a bubble? No housing market bubble. And here's a good one. The current bubble could take 2 paths, one nastier than the other. That's like a bad version of Simon Says. Stop, go, go. Stop, stop, go, go. It's no wonder there's 35,000 searches a month on the topic. Based on headlines like that, it's impossible to know what's actually happening or what to do about it, if anything. And I'm sure you're watching this video to learn how to be smart about buying or selling a home. When I was starting my research digging into the numbers, I ran across one gentleman who was speaking on the housing market. He had more statistics and numbers and websites with research than frankly I ever even knew existed. He quoted the U.S. government, the National Association of Realtors, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, the Housing and Urban Development, the Housing Wire, and more. It was kind of impressive, really. Except in the end, his numbers didn't predict anything. There was no "what does this mean for the future?" which happens to be a feature of those kinds of studies. They're really good at telling you how things are, but they're not so good at telling you about things moving forward. There's way too many variables. That got me to thinking, what research could I do that would really help my viewers? Then it occurred to me, I have a goldmine of information, and here's why. I survived the market crash in the late 2000s. I got my license in late 05, the slide started in 06, great timing, hit bottom in 10 and 11, and showed signs of a real recovery in 12 and 13. And the whole time that was happening, research and opinions ran rampant, and projections ran from "it's not going to be too bad" to "this is it, the sky is falling." There wasn't one study that said, in the second half of 2012, foreclosures will slow down. When the market did turn and the numbers came in, now that they could identify. And here's my point. Any prediction, good or bad, it's a 50-50 bet. I'm sure there's going to be more than one viewer out there that says, but we did have a warning. Jim Cramer in September of 07 on the Today Show said, "Don't you dare buy a house, you'll lose money." And he did say that. But his was one voice in a chorus of 1,000 opinions. Who do you pick? Who do you believe? I am not saying research isn't important, because it really is. And I respect those that keep a 10,000-foot view of things. But sometimes I think these speakers can get lost in the numbers and they're trying to extract a meaning that just isn't there. I mean, the reason for analysis is to come to a conclusion, and getting a straight answer to the "what's going to happen next" question rarely comes. And when it does come, it comes with a qualifier. Well, if this happens, then. But if that happens, then. I decided to go back and listen to predictions about this year from last year. And you know what I found? Tons of opinions, predictions, and dire warnings. But what did 2019 actually deliver? More of what 2018 was already doing. No big shakeups, no big crashes, no big changes. Maybe a little bit slower, but not alarmingly slow. If you've seen any of my videos, you know by now I tend to take a pretty practical view of things. And I'll use this topic as an example. We could extract data points till the cows come home, but it all boils down to one thing. One person wanting one house for a certain price. Can we make that happen? If we can, then he or she has their home. Simple as that. Market predictions and data points notwithstanding. So I've decided to forego the number crunching this year because it never worked anyway and stick with this. As a buyer, new to the market or not, or as a home seller, what do you do in 2020? Here's the short answer. Ignore the headlines. Those are only opinions and not facts. The market is going to do what it'll do. In the short run, they tend to bounce around and they can be scary. But in the long run, they tend to reveal themselves. In housing, since 2010, the market has been going up. It's fair and reasonable to expect that to continue. So live your life, buy a home if you want, sell a home if you're ready to move on. Try not to get caught up in predictions and headlines. Frankly, all they do is scare people, and rarely for good reason. Those headlines are used to sell weight loss products and cheap insurance, if you see what I mean. Clickbait. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you find it helpful. I know I enjoyed making it. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified of new videos as they come along. Leave a comment and give me a like, will you? Talk to you soon.